Open Fortress Deathmatch stolen content and concepts list. Some things that I no longer have access to were preserved here in this Discord log. As preface, it's worth noting that on the 6th of May 2019 I spoke with K-Demon, the project lead, about some content that had been egregiously lifted from TDC. Stash Kip, a former dev on TF2C, claimed that he was the one who authored the variables, which was proven to be incorrect with SVN history. He was never a dev on TDC, so the claim itself is ridiculous. Assault rifle, while not an exact copy, various proportions were kept 1:1. Assault rifle code, damage and firing times were copied verbatim. Various other stats were also 1:1 until K-Demon was spoken to on the 6th of May 2019. They then modified some stats to differentiate the two. Chaingun. The Chaingun is actually a cut weapon from TDC, but it was a concept we were playing with for a time. We typically keep the working files for stuff like this in the game, and comment them out of the game code. Unfortunately, I no longer have the original texture. The colors, however, were the same. The actual design seems to be based on an older concept I no longer seem to have. Chaingun code. The relevant values are copied verbatim. Zombie claws. Used by zombie players in Infection, there's no model to show as it's just an animation. Zombie claws code. The entire script is copied verbatim with Open Fortress specific values added. They changed the damage value at some point. China Lake grenade launcher. This is not a case of similar but different. China Lake 40mm grenade launchers do not come in this color scheme, and you'll be hard pressed to find another example. These colors were selected for our gameplay-oriented color-coded weapon pool. China Lake code. The relevant values are copied verbatim. Similar to the assault rifle and the super shotgun, the script is missing TDC-specific values that are used to fully define the weapon. Starting pistol, barring some insignificant shared script values. The notable thing is the color combination used. For context, during development of TDC we had a fully rigged and modified version of the stock pistol from TF2 with a different texture. The texture was used to test which colors would be used on the final weapon. Said texture also contained a small Easter egg which was only visible if you decreased the playback speed of the reload animation. Somebody reached out to me a few months ago and alerted me that a bunch of stolen stuff was being used in OFD. The following is also a really good example of the OFD developers being intentionally oblivious when confronted about stolen content and concepts. You guys pass stolen and leaked stuff around all the time without any care. Even bizarre stuff like placeholder assets from pre-split TF2C. I have more pictures of this, but I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Where's the placeholder assets? If you are referring to the pistol, that's a texture we made ourselves. Anybody can recolor the default pistol to be black.
The notable thing is the color combination used. The texture was used to test which colors would be used on the final weapon. Said texture also contained a small Easter egg which was only visible if you decreased the playback speed.
Please help me!
Revolver. Some important context: at one time the Revolver was named the 6-shooter. This was however changed when the ammo count was reduced to 5 shots. In some places it's still referred to by the old name. One of those places is the localization strings, wherever they may appear. The original hammer shape actually has an error. This, along with the body shape, was carried over to the OFD model. A running theme among copied assets is vaguely similar or directly copied color schemes. While not an exact copy, various proportions were kept 1:1. Revolver code. The relevant values are copied verbatim to an embarrassing degree. The unique localization name was also copied over. Context: prior to moving to engine base, our localization strings still started with #TF_. This one's my favorite for a few reasons. It's blatant. It's using an outdated version of our rig and displays a cargo cult-like understanding of our weapon scripts. This is as close as you can get without being an exact copy. All the important bits are in the same place, seemingly to be able to reuse the rig of our model. Perhaps the intention was to use some of our ex-animators stuff, who we fired. Super shotgun code. The relevant values are copied verbatim. Various aspects of the super shotgun are hard-coded, so just copying the values won't work. Even the bullets per shot of 20 and a very specific spread variable of 0.0985. When using a fixed spread in TF2's codebase, pellets are fired in a 3x3 pattern with 2 of those pellets firing directly in the center. The super shotgun in TDC used a unique fixed spread that accommodates all 20 pellets. Without this unique feature, all 20 pellets would just pile up on top of each other in the 3x3 grid. So one pellet doesn't do 6 damage. It can either do 12 or 24 depending on how the RNG spreads out the pellets.
Displacer cannon.
While not the same model, the behavior of the weapon is copied from TDC. It is however missing the unique teleport function. For bonus points, it's also using the old sounds from ours. Player model and cosmetics. This is actually an example of fair use, but the intent is obvious. OFD has stand-in copies for all of the cosmetic hats that can be found in the most popular leaked build of TDC.